I'm writing on enlightenment. I have a little cold, so I'm struggling to with my voice. But I hope you don't think that it is not air and somebody else is speaking because the voice is looking like it is not air. Sip Vikrant, Kamalji, Atmanand, and Renuka. Sip Nimmi, Alak Sachin, and Sadanand. Sip Mita, Krishnarama, Viresh, and Krishna. Sip Girija, Siva, Harshal, Anand. Sip Hitkariji, hope you're good. Sip Hemsip, Sip Chotwani, and Sip Siva. Sip Rajanand, Atmatray, Samatma, Paratema. Sip Bliss, Prakash, Sita, Premchandji. Sip Sanjay, Gaurav, Bliko, Sarlanand. Sip Shair, Sagai, Chidanand, Ahmatma. Sip Sudakshina. Sip Sukhi, Sip Meenakshi, and Sip Puja. Sip Deepatma, Soul and Renu. Sip Soham. Sip Anil, Sip Pushpa, Sip Girishanand, Sip Bala Sahib, and Sip Chitra. Welcome to the call. Today is an interesting call. I have started writing a book, and I'm not sure whether I should be writing a book like this or not. Because this book is called The Simple Book on Enlightenment. We have not yet finalized the title. Probably the title will be the famous title we have got called The A to Z. The A to Z of enlightenment. We have the A to Z of karma, we have the A to Z of death, we have the A to Z of happiness, and now probably we will have the A to Z on enlightenment. We are still looking for the right title. But I don't know. For a moment, I'm wondering whether we should write a book on enlightenment. And when I write a book, I said people don't have a simple book that can guarantee enlightenment. Now, if I say guaranteed enlightenment, I can't say guaranteed enlightenment because the world will get paranoid. The world will say, "कौन है ये पागल आदमी बोलता है enlightenment guaranteed?" So very dangerous. We cannot say like that. But in the book, what I want to write is a guarantee that if everybody who follows the simple book on enlightenment, they can be enlightened. That is my assurance I give on the Zoom call every day. So any of our enlightened masters who come on this Zoom call, it's very dangerous. Because if they come on the Zoom call and they hear me giving you a guarantee that you will be enlightened, they may get heart attack. If they get heart attack on this call, then it becomes a big problem. कि कोई संत महापुरुष आ गया इस कॉल पे और ये क्या आदमी बोल रहा है कि पक्का आपको प्रभु की अनुभूति होगी बोलेगा ये आदमी थोड़ा हाँ, थोड़ा बाबा हो गया ये बाबा टाइप आदमी है कुछ लिया होगा well let us start this book is a book on enlightenment. It's a state of awakening, the state of realizing that we are the very God we pray to. It is a state of eternal bliss, Satchidanand, living in truth consciousness. So this is the book. The book is a very simple book. I'm not. It's not. I don't want to make it a complicated book. I want to make it a very simple book. That's why maybe we will call it A to Z of enlightenment, or just what is enlightenment. But what is enlightenment may not impress anybody to pick up the book. So if you have any idea, tell me. What is this book about? This book is telling people इंसान मैं नहीं सच में भगवान हूँ दिखता जो मैं वो नहीं आत्मा मैं हूँ अनुभूति हो गई एहसास हो गया नेति नेति तत्वमसि ये नहीं वो मैं हूँ व्हाट इज एनलाइटनमेंट एनलाइटनमेंट इज नेति नेति तत्वमसि if somebody can understand this, oh yeah, if only we can understand this, then how can we be enlightened? By going within, by going within and overcoming the ignorance, by switching on the light. Now, what is the problem? Why can't we switch on the light? We struggle because we don't understand. We don't understand what is enlightenment. So, once there was a dog. He was very upset. He told he had a wise cat was his friend. The dog went and told the wise cat, all the dogs are chasing me. The cat looked at the dog and said, you fool, they're not chasing you. No, no, they are chasing me. All the dogs are chasing me. The wise cat said, you fool, you're holding a piece of meat in the mouth. They are chasing the meat. You drop the meat, they will not chase you. So the dog dropped the meat and he was happy. What is the connection? Like this foolish dog, we are holding many pieces of meat in our mouth. How can we be enlightened? We have to let go. Let go. Let go something that you have learned in the last few days. You have to let go. If you want to be enlightened, anybody in this world can be enlightened. Not a dog or a frog, not a cat or a rat, but any human being. Any human being who has buddhi, who has buddhi. That's next week's topic, by the way. Any human being who is seeking the truth can. So, what is the first thing to be enlightened? A master was having tea. Whenever I'm in Zoom call, I have no option but to have some good tea. A master was having tea with a young man. And then the master, he came and he started pouring the tea in the cup. And he kept on pouring and kept on pouring. And the cup started to overflow. And the disciple told the master, Master, stop, master, stop, master. Why are you already filling the cup? It's full. The master said, exactly. The problem is your cup is already full. And if your cup is full of ignorance, if your cup is full of wrong beliefs, if your cup is full of superstitions, if your cup is full of myth, I can't make you enlightened. First, what you must do, empty your cup. So the master, like many good masters, learned he to teach people through analogies. My dear friends, we have to learn to empty our cup. If you want to be enlightened, you can't be enlightened unless you empty your cup. And therefore, the next point, you need an enlightened master. Without a guru, enlightenment will be end up in a disaster. You need a master to get to enlightenment faster. Without a master, I'm only telling you what I experienced in my life. Without my guru, I would have never been enlightened. So in one of the songs, I told my guru, Guru ki kripa se hi to प्रभु का ये प्यार मिला गुरु बिन मेरा क्या होता ऐसा सच का ना होता गुरु से प्रभु मिला दिस इज द ट्रुथ भाई गुरु है जो हाथ पकड़े प्रभु के पास ले जाता गुरु ही प्रभु से हमें मिलवाता गुरु बिन अंधकार में जीते सच का एहसास ना होता गुरु बिन जीवन में कुछ ना होता गुरु की कृपा से भक्ति गुरु हमें देते शक्ति गुरु से ही हमको प्रभु मिलता हाँ गुरु से ही हमको प्रभु मिलता my dear friends therefore if you really want enlightenment follow the points and this book will tell you all the points every point however hard we try if we are filled up with too much ignorance then we will never get enlightened. We have to overcome the ignorance with the help of an enlightened master. It's like this young boy was trying to see his face in a dirty mirror. The young boy was looking at the dirty mirror and he could not see. The guru came with a piece of cloth. The guru cleaned the mirror and told the boy, now look. And the boy smiled. He could see himself. What does the guru do? The guru wipes out the darkness from the mirror of life. The Guru empties us of our ignorance. This is what leads us to that self discovery. when we begin our quest with the help of a guru to find out koham, to find out who am I, nan yar. And when you want to find out who am I, you have to first find out who I am not. So this book on enlightenment, very simple book. Oh, so simple, you cannot imagine it is so simple. But you need a master, enlightened master. Otherwise, who am I? In the book, I will cover this chapter. Am I the body that will die? No. It's very simple, right? We talk of the body, when the body came, how the body came, and how the body dies, and I am the immortal soul. Then I will cover, am I the mind? How can I be the mind? When nobody has seen the mind, how can I be the mind? Then who am I? The ego that says, if I am not the body, I am not the mind, then who am I? I am. The five-word mantra, Neti, Neti, Tattvamasi. So in the book, I'm going to keep it so simple, that some people are going to wonder, how can it be so simple? You know, the problem with enlightenment, people think enlightenment is only meant if you have 24-inch dadi. You must have 24-inch dadi and your hair should be at least 36 inches. And if you're a woman, then you should have no hair on your head. Because you should have kolimute. You should completely shave your head. Then this is what the world thinks. It hardly matters how long is your dadi or your. In the book, I will cover how life and karma are connected. How life is unfolding, everything is karma. What happens karma when we die? The realization I am not the body, I am not the mind and ego me. Therefore, when I am gone, I cannot be reborn. This is exactly enlightenment. So, I will cover methods how to be enlightened. There are many methods. Simplest method we did in Pune retreat, BLKDRM. We did simple method, birth, life, karma, death, rebirth. But if you escape, then moksha. So as I told you, no complicated book. In the book, no bhajans. In the book, I don't put bhajans, but on Zoom call, how can you be enlightened? प्रभु पाने का सही तरीका वो क्या है खुद का एहसास होना है इस एहसास से प्रभु मिलता है तन और मन नाम तो सच में आत्मा है आत्मा ही परमात्मा है ये जानने का तरीका क्या है प्रभु को कैसे पाना है So I'm not going to get into Mumukshu, Jigyasu, Gyani, Yogi. That book is already there. 8 stages of spiritual awakening. Simple. Rambo simple. Keep the book very simple. How can you get enlightened? I will cover some aha moments. What are the aha moments? The aha moments, my birthday is fake. You all know it. Why you cut a cake? Birthday is fake. Then what is the cause of birth? Why did I come to earth? Aha moment. Aha moment. Will we live forever? No. No, we will die. No, we will not die. We are the Atma. Aha moment. Aha moment. What came first, body or me? Me or in consciousness? What is the aha moment? Oh, I came before the body came. I came. Aha moments. Many aha moments. I am soul, spark of unique life. Soul is SIP, supreme immortal power. I am SIP. Simple, simple. And therefore, where is SIP? SIP is everywhere. SIP is in everything. So many aha moments. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. So these will cover simple aha moments. No complicated aha moments. Very, very simple. How to overcome ignorance. To be enlightened, we have to overcome ignorance. There's no other way. There is no other way. The moment you overcome ignorance, that intelligence is enlightenment. The moment the buddhu, the buddhu Using the buddhi becomes the Buddha. Next Friday, that's the topic, by the way. Next Friday's topic of discussion is BBB. BBB. Buddho, Buddhi, Buddha. But that's not in the book. In the book, I'm talking about how we will have to go from AFA to EFE. Remember, we've been talking about AFA, we've been talking about EFE. Remember this? So in this book, I'm covering AFA. First, achievement, then fulfillment, then enlightenment. The three peaks. How to go from achievement to fulfillment to enlightenment. How we must take an exit from success and achievement. If you can't take exit, then you will be stuck in achievement. Many people are like that. I'm in a YPO meeting. YPO is Young Presidents Organization. All big people, big chairmen, big people. And in my meeting with them, I teach them happiness. I teach them the way to happiness because they're all millionaires, billionaires without happiness. So, enlightenment is about happiness, to exit from achievement. And then I teach people how to go from pleasure to peace and to purpose. This is enlightenment. PPP. There is greater treasure than pleasure. Peace is the foundation of happiness, and purpose is the greatest of all triggers. And this purpose comes with enlightenment. So, my dear friends, isn't it true? खुशी तो हर कोई चाहे मगर मजा जो है खुशी नहीं पल भर का सुख तो खुशी नहीं आनंदा है सुख और शांति. Don't you agree with me? Recently I told you, did I not tell you? सफलता तो खुशी नहीं पैसों से ना मिलती खुशी. So we think that success is happiness. Success is not happiness. What is happiness? मंत्र जीने का शांति आनंद प्यार सूत्र जीने का Shanti, Anand, Pyar. People don't understand. People don't understand. Therefore, in this book, I'm introducing the concept of the rock of enlightenment. 6 feet rock, breaking up into three parts: awakened, enlightened, and liberated. Making it simple, keeping it simple. First, awakening. How to be awakened. Then, how to be enlightened. Then, how to be liberated. How to go on the journey. Initiation, meditation, contemplation, illumination, purification, realization, transformation. The caterpillar becomes the butterfly. Metamorphosis. How? Remember what I've told many of you, if you want to be enlightened, don't think enlightenment comes free. You have to pay the price. What is the price? Last time I told you, you have to pay the price, pay attention. No. You have to give me something. Anybody knows what you have to give me? Anybody knows? Anybody put your hand up? What you have to give me? If you want enlightenment, what you have to give me? Anybody knows? I'll only give 3 chances. 3 people who can raise their hand. If you want enlightenment, you have to give me three people. I'll give chance. Okay, over. Ahimsip, Meenakshi, God's will. What do you have to give me? Ahimsip?
Our commitment and Todd.
Commitment and?
Todd.
Meenakshi? Meenakshi and God's will. God's will?
Sir, 1 hour Zoom session, I guess.
1 hour Zoom session that you have to give. You have to give, not me. You have to give yourself. This also you don't have to give me. God's will and Siri. Okay, quickly. God's will and Siri.
Obedience.
Obedience. Siri.
1 hour for Zoom call. Come to Zoom call daily. Attend Zoom call.
If you want to be enlightened, you have to give me.
Can
You have to give.
hear me? Attend Zoom call
Can't hear.
daily.
You can't hear your voice. Can you hear a voice, administrator? I can't hear. Oh, okay. So you know what you have to give me if you want enlightenment? You have to give me your name. You have to give me your name. Because if you don't give me your name, I can't help you change your game. You have to give me your name. And so the name changes the game. I wrote a song recently. I don't know the tune very well. क्या है tune? मैं हवा हूं ये तन मन अहंकार नहीं, आत्मा हूं मैं शक्ति हूं परमात्मा की, मैं अमर हूं मेरी मौत होती नहीं, मैं तो शक्ति हूं व्यक्ति नहीं, मैं तो चित हूं मैं सूक्ष्म शरीर ये नहीं, बुद्धि से जीता ख्यालों में डूबता नहीं, एहसास हो गया मैं आत्मा ये तन मन नहीं, मैं तो शक्ति हूं परमात्मा की. What is the key enlightenment challenge? Huh? The key enlightenment challenge is changing your name. जन्म जब लिया नाम रवि था मेरा, कई सालों से सोचा मैं हूं रवि. हाँ? जन्म जब लिया नाम रवि था मेरा, कई सालों से सोचा मैं हूं रवि. रवि मतलब सूरज सोचा था वो मैं, एहसास हुआ के रवि मैं नहीं, सूर्य शक्ति था मैं रवि की शक्ति, पांच तत्वों से जो मैं बना, कण कण में वो ही शक्ति प्रभु की मैं अभिव्यक्ति, हर कण में वो शक्ति, सच में मैं वो शक्ति, नाम रवि था मगर था मैं एक अभिव्यक्ति, हर कण में वो शक्ति, सच में मैं वो शक्ति, नाम रवि था मगर था मैं एक अभिव्यक्ति, एहसास हो गया कि मैं सच में रवि था नहीं, रवि नहीं मैं आत्मा रवि की, आई एम नॉट रवि, आई एम आत्मा इन रवि. This realization has to come. What's the realization? I am not Ravi. I got the realization I am not Ravi. I am the Atma in Ravi. And the 5-word mantra, Neti, Neti, Tattvamasi. The yogi's life beyond enlightenment. What happens after awakening? You go from AFA, awakened, fully awakened, to EFE, enlightened, fully enlightened. You go there. And when you go there, then your life, how does it become? कमल का फूल जैसे झील में ना डूबता है, योगी भी माया में ना डूबता, योग में वो रहता है, मन ना भटकता है, सांस सांस में प्रभु को चाहता. This is the life of an enlightened yogi. My dear friends, in the book I talk about how you have to start chipping your rock. What you are is already inside you. You know the rock. When a man is chipping a rock, the statue is already inside the rock. You have to chip the rock. And if you keep on chipping away all the ignorance, chip, 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 what will you see? You know? Anybody knows? 3 hands up. 3 hands up. When you keep on chipping Yes, Sudakshina, Siba, and Sachin. What will you see?
Sir, the statue.
The statue. Very good. You're new to the call. Siba, what do you see?
You see the idol.
The idol. Very good. Sachin, what do you see, Sachin?
Sip.
Sip. Good. That's the right answer. That's the right answer. When you chip, Sachin, when you chip, you will see sip. When you chip, when you keep on, you chip, you chip, you chip, you chip, you chip, you will see sip, 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 and sip. That's all it takes. If you want sip, then chip. If you want sip, simple book, right? Such a simple book. If you want sip, you have to chip. My dear friends, the book will be a simple book for beginners to understand enlightenment. You find it complicated? Anything I spoke complicated in the book today? Very simple. Enlightenment. Anybody can decode the mystery of life. We can be enlightened, but first we must be awakened. So I've already started the book now. The book is ready. This is the book. In the month of May, you will have it. By June, it will be ready for you. End of June. July, it will be printed. So therefore, this book on enlightenment, simple book, name is not finalized, maybe A to Z of enlightenment. Simple book on enlightenment, very simple book. But we have to be free from samsara. Many people don't start the journey. How can they finish the journey? The book will show a very simple way. And as I was writing this book, I came across next Friday's topic. What's next Friday's topic? BBB. Not Bond, not James Bond, Bond. What is BBB? BBB means Buddhi or Buddha. Depends on, Buddhu or Buddha. Depends on your Buddhi. Huh? B or B depends on B. What's the topic next week? B or B depends on B. Whether you are a Buddha or a Buddhu, it depends on your Buddhi. Because if you don't use your Buddhi, you will become Buddhu. But if you use your Buddhi, I think this should be a good chapter in the book, I think. We can add this chapter. B. Huh? From Buddhu to Buddha, using your Buddhi. So administrator, add that chapter to the book, and that will be next week's chapter. And I hope my groaning voice was not too bad. But I know that you could understand what I spoke. Garam Pandit. Yes. Administrator, let us start.
Shivam Guruji.
Shivoham.
I have no one to say, but the book maybe can be called as, how to get enlightenment. Simple thing.
How to be enlightened. Okay. We will try to. I'm saying you can message me all your suggestions. How to be enlightened. That's the basic. It's not an attractive title. Book is not for you. People have to pick up the book. Okay. Anybody wants to comment on the book? Ask me questions. It's question time. Ask AiR.
Guruji, good evening, Krishnan.
Good evening.
Yeah, Aham Atma. I'm sorry. I was in a mind state for a second. I am Aham Atma, rather than telling. The title of the book can be The Zen Way of Enlightenment. Something like that we can think of it. Zen. Something,
There
are
1,000 Zen ways of enlightenment.
Okay. How to apply? No. Zen, not Zen. I'm sorry. It's a Kaizen. Kaizen. Sorry that.
Kaizen. Now your mind state. So Zen way, no? Kaizen way.
How to get the enlightenment on the incremental ways? Those kind of ideas you can give, Guruji. Actually, we can.
Means what? Means what?
All of a sudden we cannot go to the top of the peak. Everybody has to come by a little baby steps. Actually, little, and I am unable to explain now. Through the baby steps, we can reach the mountain.
There is no baby steps.
Okay.
It is just about neti tatvamasi.
It's a direct.
What more baby steps you want?
No, I am unable to explain.
Enlightenment, no, if enlightenment can be got with just neti tattvamasi, how can it be simpler than that?
Yeah, that is right. What you are saying is.
But for that realization, you have to still the mind, you have to kill the mind, you have to be in consciousness, you have to be able to live with buddhi, you have to be able to have the guru, you have to be able to dedicate yourself to this journey. If you don't do it, can't be. It is very, enlightenment is the most simple thing. According to me, enlightenment is easier than making masala dosa.
No, but
Masala dosa is difficult. I cannot make masala dosa, but enlightenment is easy.
No, enlightenment theory part it is easy. What do you say? But when we write the examination application, we find it very difficult. But when we are always in consciousness, it is very easy. Practically, I am realizing it.
I can see that. When you're in consciousness, everything is right. When you're not in consciousness, everything goes the other way.
Correct, sir. Correct. Yeah. Thanks.
Kamalji. Kamalji, Bala Sahib, Atmanand, and God's will.
Guruji, I think
Sure.
that the name of the book could be Secret of Realization or Mystery of Behind Realization. Secret or Mystery of Realization.
Secret of Enlightenment. The book has to have the word enlightenment. Secret of enlightenment or mystery
Secret
of
or mystery
enlightenment.
or the mystery.
Okay.
Mystery behind the realization.
Okay, I'm doing this exercise to see what is the most popular title. Thank you, Kamalji, for your suggestion. Thank you. Bala Sahib.
Hello,
Bala
sir.
Sahib? Yes, sir.
सर उस बुक में 4D आना चाहिए था 4D.
Oh, 4D आना ही है. Administrator, I think that 4 doors of liberation. I did not speak today. The 4 doors of the thing: discrimination, dispassion, discipline, and desire for the divine. Vivek, Vairagya, Shat, Shampat, Mumukshutvam. The 4 doors to enlightenment.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Bala Sahib. Very important chapter in
Yes.
the book. Thank you for
Yes, sir.
telling me. Like this, if anybody finds something missing in the book that I missed today, please tell me. This has slipped my attention. 4 doors we have to write. Thank you. Atmanand?
Shivam Guruji.
Shivam.
So I thought the title could be Enlightenment with Impossible, and then you just strike out the I and M.
Good idea. I like that.
And that I can be whatever you talk, like ignorance and mind. If you overcome that, then it becomes possible, kind of a thing.
If the intellect replaces the mind, I am.
Yeah.
So good. I don't know whether it will be the title, but it will surely be a poster in the book. But I'm just trying to make note. Enlightenment impossible. Cancel the I and M. The I am is ignorance of the mind. If you have ignorance of the mind, it's impossible. If you remove I am, ignorance of the mind, it becomes possible. Beautiful. You gave the answer itself. It is I am is ignorance of mind. Good. I like it. Let's see what we finally come. God's will, and 20 minutes more for questions, either this topic or any questions. God's will.
Yes, sir. Thanks for taking this call. I think the danger teachers face outside of monasteries is that people come and go. They just like a little bit here, a little bit there. And I think that it's quite a dangerous way to practice with a teacher. And I feel that you also should consider making a contract with pupils.
So they should come on the Zoom call. I think we should add one page of this, that administrator, we should somehow say in the Zoom call that in the book, that to be enlightened, if you follow this book, the practical training comes at 8 o'clock every evening at 8 on Zoom. So that's the contract, Will. The contract with me, you don't have to follow me to the Himalayas, or you don't have to follow me to the end of the world. But you have to come to me every evening at 8 if you want my help. If you think I can help you reach that enlightenment, then the contract is 8 o'clock.
Yeah, but the fact that you're putting a book on a bookshelf means that it's for the whole of the world, not just for your group. It's for
Yeah,
everybody.
but
Like
how does somebody who pick up that book get enlightened? If they find some other guru, good luck to them.
yeah, so really, it's for your disciples. Really, that's what you're aiming at. You're saying, I'm willing to show you, and if you come to me, then I think there needs to be a contract. You're welcome to
Actually,
leave, but if you
actually,
want,
it's not about coming to me. It's coming to this call because we all will teach them.
you're the
This
acharya.
call, this call is not me. This call is we all of us together.
Well, then it's just a suggestion, but I
No,
think
no.
people
So,
should be.
so how should they have a contract? What do you feel? What contract they should have?
I think there needs to be a ceremony that you actually do. You formally agree that you're going to do this. That if you leave, you're welcome to leave, but it has to be done in a proper way. And if you're going
Every
somewhere,
marriage is a formal ceremony.
I know, but
50%, 50% divorce.
Yeah, but for me, the danger of coming and going is the danger. The danger is if you stop. We've said this previously, but if you become disobedient, it's completely unacceptable.
Will, the problem is when you go to a doctor, the big problem when you go to a doctor, Will, and you pay him $10 or 10 pounds or 1,000 rupees, and then the medicine doesn't work. Then you ask the doctor, what rubbish prescription you gave me? What rubbish? Luckily, we are not charging anybody anything. So the point is that this is something that people have to believe in and people have to follow. I hope you have agreed. I hope you feel the difference in this call. How every day we are going one step forward, every day, every single day. Do you think it's making a difference in your life or not? Do you think that this call is important in your spiritual journey? Yes, Will, I'm asking you.
But you're asking me, it makes a difference. I've got a very underlying issue which I haven't yet told you about, but it's I've really fallen into a very grave issue that I'm deeply
And as long as you
deeply.
hold on, if you hold on to that issue, then it will continue to be an issue. But if you surrender that issue, then there's no issue.
Yes, sir. Well,
Thank
yes,
you. Ahem Sip, Ahem Atma, Bala Sahib and Prakash. Ahem Sip, Ahem Atma, Bala Sahib and Prakash.
Shivoham Guruji, I bow down to you and all others on the call. Guruji, I hope the 25 points from AFA to EFE will be covered in this book with practical methods.
So some parts will be covered, but if you start doing all the parts, then it'll become a complicated. I'm trying to keep it a simple book. So I'm trying my best to make it as simple as possible. But we will keep, having said that, we will cover everything that we can cover. I hope I don't want it to become like a very thick book. I want it to be a very simple book. How to be enlightened. Actually, if you really see, enlightenment is not so complicated. You know that being on this call. Yeah, if you don't follow the steps, you can't be enlightened. That for that matter, any recipe in this world, if you don't follow the recipe, very often we get a gadget and we don't use the owner's manual. We don't use the operating manual. And sometimes I have done it. I got a beautiful gadget and I put on the gadget to the power and it was supposed to work about 20 years back. 20 years back, I remember this, without reading the manual. You know what happened? The gadget started to burn. The gadget started to burn because it was made in America, and in America it's 110 volts. 110 volts, and in India it is 220 volts. I blindly put the power plug into Indian plug, and the whole equipment got burst. It just got burnt in a matter of minutes. So we have to follow the operating manual. But I'm making note, you're saying the 25 points of AFA, right? You are administrator, the 25 points of AFA under being awakened and then enlightened. Ahem Sip, Ahem Atma. Thank you, Ahem Sip. I'm going to make note of your points. Ahem Atma. Bala Sahib Sip Atmanji.
Guruji Krishnoham, I have a query to you.
Yes.
What is the difference between detachment and when a person is detaching himself from everything? That is the first way to overcome the obstacle in the path of enlightenment. But there are certain persons who are indifferent to anything. कुछ भी बोलो वो ऐसे ही रहेगा. What is the difference between detachment and being indifferent to anything actually?
If you are indifferent, how can you be enlightened?
Okay.
If you are indifferent, you can do nothing. Indifferent means, what is the meaning of indifferent? You know what's the meaning?
Indifferent means
Indifferent means you are not bothered about what difference it will make. I am indifferent. Indifferent means bhaad mein jao. I don't care. I don't care for enlightenment. I don't care for guru. I don't care for Zoom call. I am indifferent. If you are indifferent, then that means you have a root problem.
there is no connection between detachment and indifference. That is different.
Detachment and attachment is connected.
Okay.
Detachment means if you are attached to the samsar,
Okay.
then you are detached from God, from SIP. Today I am attached to SIP. Why I am attached to SIP? Why?
The unification with the divine is possible. That is
Because I am detached. I am detached from samsara.
Okay.
If I am attached to samsara, then
SIP will go in his way.
correct. I can't be a yogi. I can't be in yoga. I can't be AiR, Atma in Ravi. Okay, Bala Sahib, we have got about 10 more minutes. Bala Sahib, Sip, Atmanji, and Gaurav.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
सर 2 points और इसमें आने चाहिए सर.
Yes.
First of all, how to overcome mind state to consciousness.
That is there. That is there in the book.
And second, sir, let go, because this is the most difficult thing in the world for let go. And why it's so difficult for let go to us?
I think even let go is in the book. I'm making note, it's in one of the chapters, but the 4 doors I think you said was missing. So that part I've added. Mind to consciousness is a critical aspect. If somebody does not go from mind to consciousness, Bala Sahib, can they be enlightened?
No, sir.
Impossible.
Impossible. Yes.
And let go is one of those decorations. Let go you will automatically let go. You will automatically let go if you are in consciousness. But you need to have the four doors of liberation, what you said. That is important.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Sip Prakash. Prakash and Atmanji.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaskar.
I think the title of the book should be called Science of Enlightenment.
Good. I like that idea.
Enlightenment, a scientific approach, one of the two.
I think the science of enlightenment is a good line. How to add it, we will see. But the science administrator, the science of enlightenment. So something may become a top header of the title, the book of the title, the footer of the title. Let us see.
Yeah. And you should include a chapter of your experiences of the Zoom calls and how people have progressed. It will motivate people to join Zoom calls.
So I'm going to put one chapter on the Zoom call. I already said that how in the Zoom call, yes, I help people and how it has changed my life and your life and everybody's life. So we will cover that book. Thank you, Atmanji. Atmanji and Gaurav.
I bow down to you, Sip, sir.
Namaskar, sir.
Sir, yeah, my suggestion is, if we on the cover we write something like EG, then it is attention of public is grabbed, sir. Like
What is
enlightenment is EG, something like this.
What is EG?
Enlightenment is EG.
EG.
EG, ESI.
And
then people
sorry.
will purchase more number of books, sir. And then your concept, sir, in the book Life, Liberation from Ignorance, Finding the True Enlightenment. This is a very simple formula, so it should be mentioned there, sir.
What is life? LIFE. Liberations,
You
Ignorance,
have
and
also one
Finding.
book. Your one book is also on this topic. So if you mention life, people will easy to remember. And the liberation from
Administrator, please
ignorance.
check. Where can we talk of life? I'm sure we have a chapter on life, but we can add that LIFE
Yes.
acronym.
These two
Good.
things, sir, I want to say.
Very good. Good. I want to talk about enlightenment being easy, but the problem is we can't make it look too easy also. If we make it
People will
look,
purchase. Actually, what happens? People will purchase this book, and then they will read. They will find the reality. What happens?
yeah.
Some complex topic, if we write in the cover, it is easy. Then people attracted more.
So maybe the administrator, maybe the back page enlightenment made easy. We can have one of the lines in the back page also. Yes.
Great.
Thank you, Atmanji. Gaurav and God's will. We still have to the time. We have 6 more minutes to close the call.
Good evening, sir.
Gaurav, God's will, and Yogita. 3 more questions.
Good
Yes.
evening, sir.
Good evening.
सर मुझे पूछना था कि क्या प्रॉब्लम आ रही है कि हम एनलाइटन नहीं हो पा रहे हैं, मैं एनलाइटन नहीं हो पा रहा हूँ, और उस प्रॉब्लम को कैसे रिमूव किया जाए।
अगर हम एक पत्थर को तोड़ना चाहते हैं तो वो पत्थर को कैसे तोड़ेंगे?
हथौड़े से।
हथौड़े से एक बार मारा, कुछ नहीं हुआ, तो क्या करना है?
उसे गेट के बीच में रखे, गेट बंद कर देंगे तो टूट जाएगा।
मैं बड़ा पत्थर की बात कर रहा हूं, बड़ा पत्थर जो गेट ही तोड़ दे।
नहीं पता।
इंग्लिश में बोलते हैं द स्टोन कटर। द स्टोन कटर का मतलब है वो पत्थर तोड़ने के लिए एक हथौड़ा लेता है, और चिजल को क्या बोलते हैं? चिजल जानते हैं चिजल क्या होता है? चिजल वो पत्थर का कर्तक क्या करता है? वो पत्थर का कर्तक हैमर लेता है, हैमर एंड चिजल। वो पहले वो चिजल पत्थर पे रखता है, देखा है? फिर वो मारता है, ठप 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 ठप। एक बार नहीं, 100 बार नहीं, पत्थर को मारता जाता वो, आस्था भरे हाथों से वो ये कार्य करता जाता वो। अंत में क्या
सर
होता है?
मैंने जो पढ़ा है, मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग के अकॉर्डिंग कॉन्टिन्यूअस फ्लो ऑफ थॉट्स जो होता है, विचारों का आना जाना हमारे दिमाग में जो लगा रहता है, वो जो है वो रोकता है। तो निर्विचार जब हम हो जाते हैं, जब हम थॉटलेस हो जाते हैं, थॉटलेसनेस की स्टेट में होते हैं, तभी जब हमारा माइंड स्टिल होता है, तभी हम एनलाइटनमेंट अचीव कर सकते हैं।
करेक्ट। लेकिन इफ यू वांट एनलाइटनमेंट, डोंट एम फॉर थॉटलेसनेस, एम फॉर कॉन्शियसनेस। कॉन्शियसनेस का मतलब ये है कि थॉट्स जो है, माइंड के कारण 50 थॉट आते 1 मिनट में। थॉटलेस हम नहीं हो सकते। हमारे को शायद 1 मिनट में 1 थॉट आएगा, 2 थॉट आएंगे, 3 थॉट आएगा। अगर ये 1 या 2 या 3 थॉट धीरे धीरे आते हैं, वो आएगा, उससे भी एनलाइटनमेंट हो सकता है। थॉट्स को बंद नहीं करवा सकते।
अच्छा।
तो हमें माइंड को बंद करना है, माइंड को मारना है। जो माइंड है, जो मन है, मन बड़ा दुश्मन, मन को मारना है। मन क्या है?
कॉन्टिन्यूअस फ्लो ऑफ थॉट्स।
मन ख्यालों का गुच्छा है। क्या है मन? ख्यालों का गुच्छा। क्या समझते? ख्यालों का गुच्छा मतलब
कॉन्टिन्यूअस फ्लो ऑफ थॉट्स।
बंडल ऑफ थॉट्स। इट्स अ बंडल ऑफ थॉट्स।
बंडल ऑफ थॉट्स। बंडल ऑफ थॉट्स।
तो अगर हम माइंड को मार देंगे, माइंड को खत्म कर देंगे, तो बंडल ऑफ थॉट्स नहीं रहेगा। क्या रहेगा?
कॉन्शियसनेस।
हाँ, उस कॉन्शियसनेस में थॉट रहेगा कि नहीं रहेगा?
रहेगा।
लेकिन कितना थॉट रहेगा?
कम, बहुत कम।
एक ही थॉट आएगा। एक थॉट आएगा, बोलेगा गौरव साहब मैं अंदर आ सकता हूं? आप बोलो हाँ, कौन है सर, अंदर आ। फिर आप वो थॉट को लो, उस थॉट को बाहर भेजो। फिर नेक्स्ट थॉट डोर को नॉक करेगा, नॉक नॉक, हाँ कौन है? मैं ख्याल हूं, आ जाओ, क्या चाहिए तुम्हें? आउट। फिर नेक्स्ट थॉट आएगा, टक टक, गौरव साहब अंदर आ सकते हो, आ जाओ। यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम सेइंग?
या आई एम अंडरस्टैंडिंग। या
ये थॉट तो आएगा, थॉट आएगा, लेकिन चित्त नहीं जाएगा. थॉट आएगा लेकिन बुद्धि नहीं जाएगा. थॉट आएगा लेकिन माइंड नहीं आएगा. माइंड को मार दो, माइंड को खत्म कर दो. यू गॉट इट? सी
पर वो कैसे हो
गौरव.
सकता है?
हाँ,
कैसे हो सकता है?
कैसे? By locking the mind, blocking the mind, by silence, by being in consciousness, by activating intellect. अगर बुद्धि को दरवाजे पे लगा दो, अंदर में छोड़ने दो साले ख्याल को, मन को गोली मार दो, मन को फटाक AK-47 MK-50 माइंड किलर 50 उसको गोली मार दो साले को.
ओके ओके, मैं
So
आपकी
this
बुक
is the
जरूर पढ़ूंगा। ये जो बुक आप ला रहे हैं, ये बुक जरूर पढ़ूंगा मैं।
thank you. God's will and Yogita. Two more questions. God's will and Yogita.
Shivahansha.
Yes, sir.
An obvious title would be Manual of Enlightenment.
The Manual of Enlightenment. Yes, please make note of that as well. So we have now 20 titles. We have to choose one.
And I have an idea, maybe one day you could do a chapter somewhere in one of your books on acronyms, or you could have a separate book on acronyms. But I think it would be helpful to have all your teachings put just briefly on a page so people can quickly flick through. Might be helpful.
So I think that can be a book for all of you. We can make a book and give it to you, or do a soft copy where it will help all of you.
I think there needs to be a separate. I think there needs to be a separate chapter on love in your book. I think love is too important to be left. And I think,
my dear Will, love is the reward of enlightenment. So if I start writing all that, then it is complicated. The reward of love is peace, love, and eternal happiness. Eternal happiness will come. Love is a post-graduation. If I start writing, I don't know that I have a chapter on love. Administrator, do we have a chapter on love?
No.
I'm not sure. No, we don't. So because love is a thesis, a complete. If we just say put one, probably I can mention it that when you are able to realize God, then you are able to love the divine in one and all. I will cover. Please make note that we will cover that aspect.
so I think then you need a chapter on, should we call it God's grace? Because I think no one gets through the door except by God's grace.
Yes, but that grace is already with each of us. Because you are a human being and you are who you are already having the grace. So we can just remind people that you are blessed. And this is where PO we have got anybody can be enlightened. We can, in the chapter where anybody can be enlightened, we can talk of how we all have God's grace because the temple of God is within us, because God lives in the temple of our heart. So we are all manifestations of God. And therefore, I don't know whether we have also a chapter on, I'm sure we do, but self-realization to God realization. So we need to put that because that is very important. So the book will evolve, of course. SIP will dictate the book. I'm only an instrument and SIP will dictate the book.
And lastly, I've been working with various people on recommended reading lists, book lists, and I've got nothing. I could forward them for you, and you could see. There's someone at the present moment. There's someone called Michael Langford, who he did a lot. He's produced these books which are highly praised, and he's really taken quotations, particularly for Ramana and also Nisargadatta. But if you want to see it, you might. His book has been considered almost the best book. Michael Langford. He's written about 4 or 5 books. But you might like just to see what he's done.
Yeah,
for
sure.
your own work.
You can send us the link,
And
so we can always.
And secondly, I have been working with this Christian lady. She's a very high qualified person, but she and I produced a Christian reading list. The Christian way to enlightenment is quite different, very, very strongly in terms of love. I'm not sure whether you would like to see that also, but there's many Christian saints. There are about 30 in all. I've produced a list of the saints and also a list of books, but you might like to know what's going on in the West just to see it there. for your own
I
interest, maybe.
I can see it independent of this book, because if I bring Christianity into this book, then people will be completely thoroughly confused, because the Christian concept is enlightenment is going to heaven, and so if you believe, if you go by the
No, it's not. It's not actually Swamiji. It's about oneness. It's the same. The Christian is a bit of a mixed religion, but it's actually about one. Jesus was teaching about oneness in the Gospel of John, chapter 14 to 17. Just before he died, he suddenly he talked about oneness very strongly.
Please send me the links of all this so that I can attempt it. Thank you, God's will. You are God's will, and that's why it is the will of God for you to talk about the will of God. My dear friends, this whole world is going round and round in circles. I went round and round in circles for more than 30 years. After 30 years, I stopped. I was 46 when I started my talash. I was 48 when I got AFA. I was 51 when I got EFE. Enlightenment is possible, but enlightenment is a niche gift. Enlightenment is not an ice cream on the road you can buy for 100 rupees or $10. Enlightenment is a journey. It's an inner voyage. It's a discovery of who am I? Why am I here? But if there is no enlightenment, then life is not worth any achievement. If we cannot live with contentment and fulfillment, we will never go from awakening to being enlightened and to being liberated. In this call, we have several masters, several masters. That makes this call very special. It is not a lecture. This call is not a lecture, except Fridays. The only time I give a lecture is every Friday for half an hour. The rest of the time, it is an ask AiR. So you ask me questions and I give you answers. But my dear friends, the problem is that this world does not have answers. And therefore, this world needs enlightenment. And enlightenment is not difficult. I told you last time I brought a matchbox and I struck and the light came on. And the fire is gone. How can we switch on that light, that inner light? And so the book has already started its journey. The book is born. The book is born. The book will arrive in 60 days to you. But the conception of the book, the fertilization of the book is already started. And so in 30 days, it's my job. By 31st May, I have to give the book to the team for editing and finishing. And I don't write the book. It is impossible for me to write a book a month. I just chip and chip and chip, and SIP does the rest. So every time I write a book, I just keep on chipping. And when I chip, then I SIP. And SIP takes care of the rest. With folded hands, I bow down to you.